Hello, and a warm welcome to our monthly energy, astrology, and intuition call. Thank you for zooming in person or for watching this later on YouTube. We are all connected in this timeless moment of now. I am so happy that you're here tonight because together we're going to dig into the Taurus energies, those practical, steady energies that are also beautiful. And the Taurus energies will be arriving on the planet this Friday, April 19th. On our call tonight, we're going to focus on the qualities of Taurus, especially around being present, doing our work, and honoring the rhythms of life with natural rest and relaxation breaks, which Taurus adores. So this is a way to prepare for these energies so that we can embrace them and make the most of this beautiful Taurus season, the season that is just one of my favorites because of all the flowers and the beauty with the trees waking up after that long, cold winter. Also, during the talk, we'll draw some tarot cards to gain deeper insights into our own personal journeys and discover how embracing our inner bull can align with the wisdom of the cards. My name is Mary Beth Wollenschlager, and I'm the founder of Love Your Life in Sync. I'm passionate about tuning into the heart for guidance and wisdom, and I love sharing practical ways because I do have the moon in practical Taurus. So things have to be simple and useful for me to want to share them. At Love Your Life in Sync, it's our desire to provide you with the tools to connect with your heart and better understand just what your heart is capable of doing. Our heart harmonizing tools, which are inspired by the wisdom of heart math, help you manage stress and make choices that align with your passion. We also offer astrology classes and readings to guide you in your self-awareness journey. By working with your heart and becoming more self-aware, you can learn to live the life you want to live, not just dream about it. Astrology helps us in this process by providing both insights into the patterns so that we can witness them both in nature and in our lives. You can think of astrology as a way to talk about the things that seem invisible, but we know are informing the choices we make. So let's start tonight's presentation by warming up our hearts with a heart harmonizing practice to help us release excess energy, to ground into the earth and access the wisdom of our hearts. Our hearts are powerful, both individually and collectively. As we go through this heart harmonizing exercise, I invite you to imagine yourself right at your center of your waist or your hip area, that you have a tree trunk, and just visualize this tree trunk traveling right through the chair you're sitting in and through the floor beneath your chair, through all the floors of your home, through the basement if you have one, right into the cracks of the earth, and traveling down, 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 deep, 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 right into the magnetic core of Mother Earth. And see, feel, hear, or just know your grounding cord has clicked in. And then you can play with your grounding cord. Imagine it being tightened and feel yourself being pulled right more fully into your chair. Feel your feet more firmly connecting to the floor. And then loosen it up a little bit and see how that feels. And then adjust it back down until you get that perfect balance of feeling secure and supported through your grounding core. And now just take a breath and allow yourself to release anything you don't need anymore, whether it's thoughts, concerns, worries, aches and pains, just anything you don't want in your energy field. Just imagine it flowing down through your cord. Let Mother Earth receive it and transmute it. You don't even have to know what you're releasing. You can just intend to release everything you don't need. Let yourself lighten up and at the same time feel that connection with Mother Earth. And now I invite you to place your hand over your heart and focus your attention on the heart as you imagine your breath flowing in and out of the heart or chest area a little more slowly and deeply. Allowing yourself to breathe in and out of the heart. Once you have a nice comfortable rhythm with equal inhales and exhales, which helps to soothe the nervous system, activate a feeling of gratitude. In your mind's eye, think and feel something you're grateful for, something that puts a smile on your face. Allow your whole body to feel this smile. As you sit in your chair feeling really grounded, feel that smile right down through your grounding cord. As you continue heart-focused breathing, and then let's activate some heart qualities that are associated with the Taurus energies. And the two heart qualities I want to pick tonight, the first one is patience. Patience seems to be something we all want more of. And patience begins with being patient with ourselves. We've never lived this day before. So if something new comes up or something comes up in this day that you're struggling with, remember to be patient with yourself because you've never been here before. You've never been present on the earth with these energies before. So let yourself imagine that you're patient with yourself. Let yourself slow down. Thank your body for being patient with you. Thank yourself for being patient with your body. Let every cell in your body feel patience, patience and gratitude. And once you are feeling that patience and gratitude from head to toe, from skin to bone, share that feeling, radiate that feeling, patience and gratitude. Radiate it out to the space you are sitting in. Now radiate it out to all the beings in your home, the plants, the four-leggeds, the two-leggeds, and any other beings that might be. in your home. And as you feel that patience, just let your shoulders relax a little bit, vibrating out patience, letting that patience and gratitude extend beyond your four walls into your neighborhood. When we're patient, we're more likely to be kinder with each other. So as we share our patience and our gratitude beyond our four walls, we are making the world a more patient, grateful, and kinder place. And the Taurus energies invite us to be patient with ourselves and with each other. And just imagine your patience rippling out from your neighborhood into your state, the country, the continent, the whole planet, off the planet, into this universe, knowing when two or more are gathered, we are powerful and we are sending out patience, gratitude, and kindness as a natural byproduct. We are helping the whole planet right now, the whole universe. And when you're ready, you can start to draw that back in, back to our planet, back to your state, your neighborhood, back to your home, back into your body, knowing that everything you send out always comes back to you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we'll go on our Taurus adventure. Tonight we're going to do Taurus in a nutshell. This is what you need to know about Taurus. Taurus invites us to show up not only physically, but to show up mentally and emotionally and even spiritually, to show up consistently, because that's what Taurus is. Taurus is dependable, reliable, and committed. And when we show up, we could drag our physical bodies, but emotionally be someplace else. And it's not a very satisfying experience when we do that for ourselves or for whoever or whomever we are with. So Taurus invites us to tune into our emotions, not to squash them or tell ourselves we shouldn't be feeling them, but to be present to our feelings, to show up right where we are, to not fake it, but to be real. Because Taurus is an earth sign, and Taurus is about being real and about reality. Taurus knows the importance of work. And here's a garden worker. Taurus is about the growing season and being earthy. Taurus loves the garden. And often great gardeners have a lot of Taurus in their astrological chart. So here's a woman, she just looks grounded. She looks like a down-to-earth person. She's enjoying her work. She's smiling. She almost looks like she's laughing. So if you can find work that makes you smile or even laugh, if you can find work that you enjoy, you know you're on your right path. And Taurus is about the path because the path is here on Earth. So Taurus invites us to consider our work as our path and to really show up and be present physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, being connected, recognizing that we have a higher nature that informs our actions, a higher nature that informs our decisions when we show up and recognize it. And we can do that through our work. If we can do that through our work, then we're probably living a life that we really love. And if we're not there, if work doesn't make us smile, then we have to find ways or pieces of the work that make us smile and work towards getting our work to be what we want to do, what we enjoy doing. Because when we do something again and again, we want to be present. If we don't like it, it's hard to be present. Or if we want to be doing something else, you're probably not being present. So Taurus knows the value of doing work that you love doing. And Taurus also knows the importance of resting, putting your feet up, smelling the coffee beans, smelling the roses, swinging on a swing, or enjoying the beautiful sky, whether it's a blue sky or picturing what the clouds are, what shapes the clouds are forming, or watching a beautiful sunset. Taurus really appreciates comfort and balancing that hard work with self-care. Sleep and relaxation, enjoying life's simple pleasures are what puts a smile on the Taurus face. Taurus is also about having self-compassion and recognizing your self-worth. Taurus is about financial abundance and how we feel about ourselves, our own self-worth. Well, everything starts with ourselves. Again, that's showing up for yourself, showing up. And we know that having that steady foundation, that reliable work is what's going to bring us abundance, whether it's financial or just, not just, but the joy, the abundance that comes from living a joyful life. And because Taurus is reliable and committed, it appreciates the rinse and repeat portion of the process. The rinsing is the letting go of the day, letting go of what was, rinsing it off, releasing it, grounding, doing that grounding exercise where you connect into the core of the earth. Again, Taurus and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly. Rinsing out what you don't need. You don't even have to know what it is. Just rinsing it out, picturing it traveling down that grounding cord. And then the reliability comes in this with repeating this process, repeating this idea of showing up fully present, fully engaged, doing what you love or finding something to love about what you're doing, and then tuning into that natural cycle of rest, knowing you put in a full day's work, even if you didn't get everything done you wanted to get done. If you were present and you were able to smile at some point while you were doing it, then you've earned a rest. You've earned to put your feet up and relax. So Taurus is about being steady and deliberate. And the bull is patient. The bull says, take those deliberate steps to build the foundation, and don't forget to find those moments to smell the roses. Smell the roses along the way. Now, here are some things to do during the Taurus season. First, you can do the five senses exercise because Taurus is so connected with our five senses. You can start by doing the heart focused breathing that we did at the beginning during our heart harmonizing exercise, where we bring our attention to the heart and imagine the breath flowing in and out of the heart as we breathe a little slower and a little deeper. Get that going. And then think of your five senses and start by look around and focusing on five things that you see, four things that you feel, three things that you hear, two things that you smell, and one thing that you taste. And that's such a grounding exercise. And you can do that anytime or anywhere. And know that when you're doing that, when you're tuning into your five senses, you are embracing your inner bull. You can also meditate during the season because Taurus likes to be still. Taurus likes to work hard, but Taurus likes to be still and just relax into being you. There's so many different ways to meditate. You can meditate by just looking out your window, or if you have the ability to be outside, if it's warm enough, just watching the squirrels chase each other. This morning, I was watching the squirrels. This one squirrel jumped from one limb to another, and the tree branch that he or she picked, I don't think he expected to have this experience, but the tree branch that the squirrel picked was like a swing. The poor thing, he grabbed onto it and he was flying back and forth, up and down. He looked like a trapeze, like a swinging trapeze artist. I just had to laugh. He did recover and jump to a more sturdy branch, but he literally looked like the flying Luenzas, those trapeze artists at the circus, or just watching the birds. Today, I also had or I think it was today, uh, I saw a pair of redbirds, the male, which was bright red, and the female, which was a little more subdued. And they were having a grand old time looking for worms, pulling out worms. And I just for maybe a minute, I just watched them and I saw how focused they were doing their work, but I think they were smiling. I think they were enjoying what they were doing. So you can meditate any way you want, but I really like, especially this time of year, looking at nature to meditate. And uh, getting a massage is totally a Taurus thing. Taurus loves the sense of touch and just that release that comes from having your muscles rubbed. Just a wonderful thing to do during Taurus season. Get a massage. And because Taurus rules, the part of the body that Taurus rules is the throat and the neck. So you can sing during Taurus season. Sing in the shower if you don't want anyone to hear you, or who cares? Sing anyway. Just sing your heart out. That's what the birds have been doing. Just embodying, pretending you're a great singer, or just owning being a great singer. No matter what you sound like, you can sing. Everyone can sing. And they say that when people when they've had a stroke, sometimes they can't talk, but they can sing. So it's a different part of the brain to work. So we should all be singing, right? If we want to work all parts of the brain, don't forget to sing. And I thought this was fun. This is something different. I haven't included this before. But here are some herbs that are connected with the Taurus season. And the color for Taurus is green, and all of these herbs are green herbs. So these might be something really fun to explore with cooking. I did buy some mint at the store. I couldn't resist. And that was before I even knew that it was associated with Taurus. I just saw some spearmint at my local little co-op, and I couldn't resist buying the mint. I'm going to make mint tea, maybe mint and thyme tea. Maybe I'll mix the two together. But you can explore those this season. So now that we've learned a little bit more about the Taurus energies, which are receptive, Taurus is the yin side, the receiving side, but we always alternate. Aries was the outwardly expressing. Taurus is the receptive and inward. And Taurus is a fixed sign. It's the middle sign of spring. So that could make Taurus a little stubborn at times or fixed in their ways. So the new energies that are coming in are allowing us to do things differently, to change it up. So Taurus, you don't have to be stubborn anymore. You don't have to be stuck in your ways. And then Taurus is also that earthy nature that likes that natural cycle of showing up, working, and resting. So let's keep the Taurus themes in mind as we get ready to exercise our intuition. So to prepare for accessing our intuition, I find two things that are really helpful. First, we're going to set the stage and we're going to check in with our heart. So where are you? Where are you and where is your heart? Are you in sync and working in harmony? Or did you forget that you have a heart? We will set the stage with a brief grounding and heart harmonizing technique to once again get our hearts in sync and be able to access the internal and intuitive Taurus energies. So once again, close your eyes if you like and focus on the area of your heart, imagining your breath flowing in and out of your heart a little slower, a little deeper, finding an easy, comfortable rhythm with equal inhales and exhales. And think of something that makes you smile. I'm thinking of that squirrel flying on that tree branch, much to his surprise, I'm sure. And feel that smile. Feel yourself like a squirrel flying through the air. And we'll just do this for a few more moments to let ourselves settle down. Feel that grounding cord again. Release any excess energy, any excess mental energy, so we can just be present and tune into our intuition. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And the second thing I want you to remember as we consider the tarot questions is don't overthink it. Trust yourself. Trust what you are seeing or hearing, feeling, or just knowing. Trust there's a message here for you. When you take a look at the cards, just notice what you see. You can ask yourself, what is catching my attention in this moment? Pay attention to the details and how they relate to the question at hand. Give yourself the time and space to let the answers be revealed to you. Maybe some of the insights will come to you in your dreams tonight, or even a few days from now when you least expect it. And don't worry if you're not familiar with the tarot. It's all about interpreting images and finding the personal meaning within them. There are no wrong answers here. So just relax, have fun, and let the mystery unfold. By keeping an open mind, you can tune into your intuition and receive the message that's right, just right for you. Using this approach, the tarot reading becomes a deeply personal experience and one that can offer great wisdom to all those who participate. During the live reading, those who wish to may share their unique insights, which often will spark new awareness from others present and deepen everyone's understanding. This is a powerful way to stretch your intuitive muscles and connect with a community of like-minded individuals. Now, let's all focus on the questions. The first question is I begin to shuffle the deck. So the first question, how can I best embody the Taurus energy in my daily life? And here's a little one who seems to be enjoying Taurus season. She's feeling a little bit of the wind in her hair, and she's using her senses there. She's using her sense of smell and touch. Hopefully she's not tasting. And she's seeing. So she's doing a good job of embodying the Taurus energy. So let's see what the tarot has to say to us for embodying. How can I best embody Taurus energy in my daily life? And I'm pulling the card, and the card I'm pulling is the Knight of Cups, and the card is reversed. I'll be showing you these cards in just a moment or two. Now let's go on to the next question. We have a bull in a china shop. So what obstacles or challenges will I face while following the Taurus approach of steady effort and rest? So here we're looking for what roadblocks, what blocks might we have to using this approach? And we got the Five of Wands, and again, reversed. So at this point, I am going to, in a moment, I'm going to stop the recording, and those that are present may participate in the group reading. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you would like to participate live next time, then you can visit our website, loveyourlifeinsync.com, and sign up to get notified of the next reading or the next call in May. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to insert the tarot card pictures that we pulled from the Rider-Waite Radiant deck, and I'll be posting those on the next slide. So you're going to be invited to pause the recording as you look at those slides and ponder the question, allowing your intuition some space to speak to you. Resist Googling the images to read someone else's interpretation of what the card symbolizes. You're going to get the most benefit if you are willing to be present, do the work, go deep within, and determine the meaning for yourself. When you feel you've given your intuition a good workout and are ready to hear what we shared, you can watch part 2. So we'll see you in a few minutes. And now I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. All right, now we're back with part 2, where we're going to share our interpretations of the cards. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you've taken an opportunity to pause and answer these questions for yourself before you listen to what we're going to share. So the first question was, how can I best embody the Taurus energy in my daily life? And the card that was pulled was the Knight of Cups, and it was pulled, when it was pulled, it was reversed, so it was upside down. The deck that I used was the Radiant Radiant deck, and it was pulled when it was pulled, it was reversed, so it was upside down. The deck that I used was the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So the first thing we did was we just identified what we noticed about this card. And one person shared that for them, the knight represented somebody regal and special, somebody that has something special to share with the world, to help the world, to protect the world. And she saw the knight as a special gift. And then that with the knight holding that cup, it's a gold cup. It does look like a gift. She also noticed that there was a stream. So that could be like a challenge to cross the stream, and that there were mountains in the background, and those might represent blocks or more challenges or obstacles. And she said that that cup needed a recipient, somebody needed to receive the cup. And it reminded her of the I am presence, that divine within. And she said for her, it meant, it looked like the knight was going somewhere, but we don't know where, we don't know when, we don't know how. They have a gift to share, but we don't know any of those answers. And so to answer the question, how can I best embody the Taurus energy in my daily life? From that interpretation, we said maybe it meant we can best embody the Taurus energy by recognizing the gift that I am personally, because when the card is reversed, it invites us to go within. So recognizing yourself as the knight, recognizing yourself as the gift, recognizing your own I am presence, if that resonates with you. Then we also shared that on the garment of the knight are what appears to be red fish swimming. So those might represent, the red might represent life and vitality. And so, and the fish are swimming, they're staying in the flow. So another answer to that question, how can I embody the energy in my daily life, is to make sure you're staying in the flow. And then Joan, you're still on the call with me. Would you like to share your thoughts on staying connected to the higher purpose, or do you want me to summarize it for you? I forgot to ask you if you wanted to be, if you
Well,
wanted to.
I can give you a short bit and then you can do commentary on it.
Thank you.
For me, the night meant staying connected to my purpose, no matter what obstacles come up, and to just keep on keeping on.
Right.
And I had made the connection with the Mercury wings on his helmet until you mentioned it. And that added a layer of the importance of communication in doing that whole process.
Yes, thank you. I forgot to mention that, the Mercury wings. Yeah, so if you aren't familiar with Mercury, but you're familiar with the FTD florist, those are the wings of Mercury, and they're attached to the head. So embodying the Taurus energy might be making sure that we're connected with our thoughts. And what Joan said reminded me, our little summarization of our Taurus message: show up, do the work, and rest. Showing up, we said we need to show up physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So Joan said to her, it was about staying connected to her higher purpose, which for me would represent staying connected to my higher power. So being spiritually aware and spiritually present in everything I do, like allowing the divine in me, the I am presence in me, to inform all of my decisions, whether they're big or small, and whether they're deciding what to wear, deciding what to eat, or deciding what my life's purpose is, what my next step is. And then Joan, you also said it reminded you about keep on keeping on, and that again would be the second steady step of the Taurus summary and doing the work, doing the work. So showing up and doing the work. I think that captures what we said. Did you want to add anything, Joan, before I go to the second one?
No, I think that was pretty complete as to what we covered.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the second question, which was what obstacles or challenges will I face while following the Taurus approach of steady effort and rest? And again, we first focused on what did we see? So we saw people at cross purposes. They weren't focused that because they most of them aren't looking at each other. They're looking in different directions. The two in the foreground might be looking at each other, but most of them seem to be looking in away from each other. There could be chaos. And then Joan, I think it was you that said, are they building something or are they at war? And for me, when I first looked at the card, I thought, are they really fighting or are they just young boys like pretending to fight? Like, are they just play fighting? We also said that the wands, the element of wands represents fire. So this card is fast and fiery. And then the number 5 is always connected with change. We also noticed that each of the 5 individuals had on a different colored tunic. So from that, we gleaned that are these things when we look at something or when we're with people or whatever, we could focus on what is different and what separates us. Or could we look at this and see, okay, as a shared team, what resources do we have? Yes, we all have differences, but together we have these shared resources. And someone said that at work, this is going to show up at work. Like people might have different belief systems than us or different viewpoints. And being Taurus and being connected with the fixed energy of Taurus, which might be stuck in their own ways, we need to be able to open up and see the potential of these differences as potential resources. So we can either get caught up in what is separating us or see the beauty and the possibility of what we share in common. So to answer the question, the short answer was the challenges that we face, we have to pay attention to how we see things because how we see things can make all the difference in our world. We can bring up the opposite or we can bring up what we have in common. And then the other challenge that this might be pointing out is Taurus being of the earth element and fixed is one of the slower astrological signs. Those qualities are more slower, about the patience. This card, Wands, represents the fiery energy, which is fast and probably not not so patient. But what one of the challenges that might come up is when we're in the Taurus mode of steady effort, the cycle of steady effort and rest, and then we might not be able, we might have to change up our pace, right? There might be people or circumstances or the universe that says, get over yourself. You need to start moving quicker. You need to do something whether you feel ready or not. And Joan, this was where you shared the value of what you called the imposter syndrome. Um, that little bit of fear or that little bit of energy that really brings us to peak performances. And that kind of reminds me of this card, right? Like the arrows are pointing up towards the peak, inviting us to, be our best. Did you want to add anything to that, Joan?
Um, yeah, the imposter syndrome actually comes out of the Dunning-Kruger effect in psychology, where there's a strip up the middle where we're balanced, and on one side is narcissism, and on the other side is imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome is the fear that we really don't know what we're doing, or we're not good enough. And it's an interesting phenomenon because a teeny tiny bit of imposter syndrome gives us a teeny bit of stage fright. And when I was in theater and doing TV and radio, I always looked to make sure everybody was on point, uh, that they were a little bit nervous, just a little bit of that concern about going on, because that's that little bit that gives you the sharp edge. Too much, of course, is like everything else, a weakness is a strength overdone. So a little bit of imposter syndrome is a strength. And if you go too far, then you just collapse in on yourself, and that's not good. But this particular card brought up opposing qualities or values for all three of us. Like for me, when I looked at that at first, I couldn't tell whether they were fighting or building something. And from that, what I got from the card um, was that it's really important to look at how we're looking at things, because we can have, I mean, these were opposite things. They weren't two similar things. And I think it's really important that we're not only aware of what we think, but what container or meta field that thought is being held in. Because if we respond as if they're fighting, we're going to have one kind of response. If we respond as if they're building, it's going to be a completely different response. And that's true everywhere in our lives.
Yeah, very good points. Good points. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I feel like this, having a little bit of fire uh, to prod the Taurus bull in us um, can help us with our challenges. So being open to that fire. And again, with it being reversed, it's the internal prod, the internal fire. Well, thank you. Thank you, Joan, and thank you to the other person who had to leave for sharing their insights on these cards. This is always like a fun part of the presentation for me. And that's going to be our presentation for tonight. Our next call will be on Wednesday, May 15th. And that's going to be about Gemini, and that's going to be about jumping into joy. There's so many energies that are coming up for us at this time. I think Gemini is going to be a joyful month and a joyful season for all of us. And of course, this little one looks like she's having just a ball. So again, thank you for watching. And if you're live and you want to stay on, we can chat for a minute once we stop the video. And if you're watching on YouTube and you'd like to join us live next month, please visit loveyourlifeinsync.com and sign up so you can be notified of the next call and you can Zoom in live with us. If you'd like an astrology reading or to learn more about how your heart works and what it can do for you when you know how to work with it, please contact us. Hope to connect with you soon, and thank you again for watching. See you next month. Bye for now.